Hey, Lily White Nation, welcome to another video here on our channel, where passion for Tottenham reigns supreme if you're one of those who lives and breathes the club. This is the place for you, and today, we have a story that goes far beyond the four lines. Let's remember the moment that changed everything, Ange Postecoglou'S emotional speech. That inspired Tottenham to win their first European Cup in 41 years. A moment that touched the hearts of fans and showed why football is also about emotion, leadership, and, above all, family. But the most surprising thing, all this came just days before the coach's dismissal, in a twist that no one expected. Want to understand this remarkable chapter in our history? Then stay with us until the end. Tottenham made history by lifting the Europa League trophy in an exciting final played at the San Mamés Stadium. But what few people knew was that, behind the scenes, the spark for this achievement was ignited by a powerful speech by Ange Postecoglou'S, who, until then, had faced criticism and uncertainty after a disappointing Premier League campaign. Even though they finished the national championship in a modest 17th place, Postecoglou'S chose to prioritize the European competition, a bold decision, but one that paid off. In the dressing room, moments before kickoff, the Australian coach moved the squad by reminding them of the value of unity, gratitude, and commitment to those who believe in the club. Words such as "you don't take the field alone" and "what we have cannot be stopped" echoed like a mantra. The result, a performance full of grit, dedication, and emotion that led Spurs to continental glory and, at the same time, marked the coach's farewell with a legacy that transcends titles. The European title win and Postecoglou'S speech did not go unnoticed by the sports media. Outlets such as BBC Sport and Sky Sports highlighted the coach's leadership skills, describing his words as a moment worthy of the greatest coaches in the history of modern football. Experienced journalists praised Ange's attitude, even amid pressure from poor results in the Premier League. Former players such as Ledley King and Glenn Hoddle also expressed their support for the coach, emphasizing his importance to the team. On social media, Tottenham fans were divided between joy for the cup and outrage at the dismissal. Phrases such as "he gave us hope again" and "he was more than a coach, he was a leader" multiplied. The move was one of gratitude and also of questioning why cut this bond. Just at the height of the excitement, Postecoglou'S' departure, despite the European conquest, opened a new chapter full of uncertainty for Tottenham. With the preseason approaching and the European Super Cup on the calendar, the board is racing against time to announce a new manager who can live up to the moment. The club is experiencing, behind the scenes, the interim technical committee is trying to maintain the spirit of unity that guided the team to continental victory. There are also doubts about how the squad, which bought into Ange's idea of family, will react to this sudden change. In addition, winning the Europa League guarantees a direct spot in the next Champions League, which could influence squad planning, finances, and even the club's appeal in the transfer market. The question now is, who will be able to continue what Postecoglou'S started? The protagonist of this story could be none other than Ange Postecoglou'S. The 59-year-old Australian coach arrived at Tottenham with the promise of changing the club's mentality, and in tears, he delivered more than just titles. He delivered identity, even with limitations in the squad and a Premier League campaign that fell well short of expectations. Postecoglou'S managed to keep the group cohesive and focused. His tactical choices were questioned by many, but it was behind the scenes, in his human touch, that he left his definitive mark. Asterisk, that speech in the Europa League final was just another example of his ability to touch the emotions of his players. He didn't just ask them to play well, he asked them to repay those who believe in the club, to carry in their hearts a cause greater than football itself. And that dedication was visible on the pitch, a leadership style rarely seen in recent European football. Here on the channel, we always seek to analyze with balance, and in this case, it is impossible not to recognize the profound impact Postecoglou'S had on Tottenham. His work had its flaws, yes, especially in the Premier League results. But the way he rebuilt the spirit of the group, combining passion with professionalism, is something rare in football today. By dismissing him after a European title that had eluded the club for decades, the board opted for an administrative decision that could prove costly in terms of the squad's emotional stability and even its relationship with the fans. Postecoglou'S may have left, but he left behind a model of leadership and dedication that will not be easily forgotten. Perhaps in the near future, his name will be remembered with even more respect, not only as the coach who lifted a trophy, but as the man who rekindled the soul of the club. And so, Tottenham fans, we close another remarkable chapter in our history. The European Cup was lifted, but what remained was much more than a trophy. It was the message that when there is unity, dedication, and purpose, nothing is impossible. We continue together, because this shirt carries the strength of millions of voices, and even in the most turbulent times, we are always Spurs until the end. If this content touched you, don't forget to like it, comment below, and subscribe to the channel. This really helps to keep this passionate community alive, and Stay tuned because there's more excitement coming from behind the scenes at Tottenham. See you in the next video.